Frank Bough, one of the most familiar faces on BBC television for many years, has died at the age of 87.
He presented Grandstand nationwide and launched the forerunner of this programme, Breakfast Time, in 1983. David Selina reports.
In the studios, they celebrated.
1983, and a TV landmark, the birth of breakfast television in Britain. And the man presenting was Frank Bough.
It's 6:30, Monday.
He was one of the few people totally at ease with the hours of live television. His career went back to the 60s. He'd done Match of the Day, Grandstand, and 10 years of Nationwide before launching Breakfast Time with Selina and Nick Ross.
Must be awfully...
A good job. Keep it up,
We've only been going for about a minute. Do you think we're winning so far?
I think we're winning. Yeah, I think we're winning. You know,
Frank Bough was also a familiar face on the holiday programme, trundling around cities with his wife Nesta. He presented an image of gentle, affable, easygoing respectability.
Well, you've now got me on tenterhooks because I know you've always wanted to come to Siena. Are you disappointed?
It was then a bit of a shock when he appeared on the front of the News of the World, confessing to using drugs and attending sex parties. His BBC career came to an end. He did continue to work for ITV, Sky and LBC, but the revelations always cast a shadow. The private and the public Frank Bough may have been rather different, but his long career was a testament to his skill and ease in front of a live TV camera. David Selina, BBC News.
Now, Frank Bough, a fixture on BBC TV for much of the 1960s, 70s and 80s, has died at the age of 87.
He presented Grandstand, the Sports Review of the Year and the magazine programme Nationwide. His laid-back style and selection of jumpers, remember them, also proved a hit when the BBC launched its new morning programme, Breakfast Time, in 1983. Daniela Ralph looks back on his life and career.
He was relaxed and friendly, a favourite uncle, a fixture in the nation's living rooms for over 30 years.
Good evening. This time tomorrow it'll all be over. Will the Grand National throw up yet another moment of drama to be written into the history of the greatest steeplechases of them all?
The temple to the goddess Cannon.
His long career started in the 60s. Here he is in Tokyo.
Time stages what must surely be the greatest show on earth with the opening of the 1964 Olympic Games.
He made his career in sport, presenting Match of the Day.
Hello, and our Division 2 match this afternoon, a true top and bottom affair with the home side Leyton Orient, bottom of the second division at the moment, entertaining the visitors from Tyneside Newcastle United. Now the latest score, Manchester United 1, West Ham United 1.
In time, he graduated to presenting the BBC's live sports flagship Grandstand on a Saturday afternoon, where his ability to remain calm, whatever came his way, was especially valuable.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Well, thank you. I'm losing control of this programme.
He always seemed to have a twinkle in his eye. Here he is with Miss World.
But I'm quite improperly dressed. Everybody here is wearing a black tie and I'm in a lounge suit. Even the cameramen are better dressed than I am.
When Morecambe and Wise gathered top BBC presenters for their 1977 Christmas show, Bough was one of them. It attracted one of the biggest audiences ever on British television.
In the studios, they celebrated.
And when the BBC won the race to launch breakfast television, all winning smiles and casual jumpers,
It's 6:30, Monday.
he was the obvious choice to front it.
You're watching the first edition.
A consummate live broadcaster, loved, known and respected by everyone, which just made the News of the World's revelation in May 1988 an even greater bombshell. Frank, the family man, sober and serene, respectable and upright, turned out to be anything but. The embarrassment was heightened by a recent series of the holiday programme, in which his wife Nesta had joined him as they toured Italy.
Well, you've now got me on tenterhooks because I know you've always wanted to come to Siena. Are you disappointed?
The BBC sacked him. He worked elsewhere. Here he is on commercial radio. And they invited him back to the Beeb to reminisce about the 1970s.
And then it was a time that decade when you could get people to say, wow, look at that, you know, because suddenly we had colour. I mean, can you imagine black and white? And people said, wow, colour.
But Frank Bough, the BBC frontman, became a distant memory. There were more tabloid stories, and eventually the work dried up. A sad end for a master of live television.